Okay, so hopefully this will be a really quick video, just showing you the basics of how to load my freighter base build into your freighter. Okay, so you'll need Blender, which is here, blender.org. Alright, so you'll download that and download from Nexus Mods the No Man's Sky Base Builder plugin for Blender. So that loads in all the game's items to use in Blender. Okay. You will find that it will have you set up a preset folder, which mine is there. Alright, and the actual folder where it's located, a bit like this. Alright, so if I open up Blender, alright, Blender looks a bit like this to begin with, but because of the preset, you'll have this bit here that's got all the parts in. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go into the save editor, which you can also download really easily. We're going to pick our save. Okay, and we've got all our stuff along here. What we want though is to edit raw JSON file. Player state data. This is our save, but basically all the code of the save. We are going to go down to persistent player bases. Right, and you see on this particular save I've got 8 bases, which includes my freighter. Now most of you will have your freighter in slot 1, depending on how many bases you built beforehand, but you will almost definitely have built one base at least, because the story makes you. I've moved my freighter base into slot 0, but find the one that clearly says freighter items on it. Control and A to select all, Control and C to copy it. Okay, so that's now on my clipboard. I go into Blender and I press import. This might take a minute. I should have imported something smaller. It won't take this long for you because it will be importing a very basic freighter compared to the absolute nonsense that I've got. So under parts here, it lists most, not all, most of the parts that you can get in game, and just clicking on one of these adds it to wherever you're currently selected. So if you've got a floor piece down and you've selected that floor piece, adding a wall will add that wall to the side of your floor piece. You can use these little buttons here to move the wall around the item that it's placed on. You can color the item that you've got selected. You can select 2 different items and connect them together, electricity or pipe wise. You can split the electricity cables and pipe cables into different ones, and your switches and stuff. But what we're interested in when it loads is going to be this preset tab right here, because everything that you have in your preset folder, which I showed you before, right, this one, right, is going to show up there. Okay, it's going to show up in a list when we get to click presets. Okay, so it's loaded in. This is my current freighter base, but what will load in for you will essentially just be a little corridor here and a pre-made back room in this area right here. Okay, what you want to do is you want to delete almost everything that's there, apart from these 3 bits here, which are your corridor to your bridge. All right, leave them alone, but delete everything else. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go into presets. I'll just move everything up a bit so we can see it a little better. All right, so everything that's in your preset folder shows up here, and all we're going to do, let's make it appear over here out of the way. So we've got whatever we've selected in here, it's going to put it in that position, whatever we click. So if I click disco floor, for example, I may have unselected that before I pressed it. Whoops. So let's put the disco floor over there instead. Yes, it puts the preset in where I clicked it. So now I've got that selected. Let's say I want to put in a chess set. I'm just going to put that right there as well. Okay, and again we can move it over out of the way. I'm going to put my little bedroom thing in that I do, there it is. Okay, but what you're going to want to click, obviously, is the new freighter. I'm not going to click it right now because it will probably take, in fact, let's try it. Let's see how long this takes. A long time. But you get the point. All you need to do is make sure that you position the freighter into the new freighter into the correct position. Okay, that's it. Then you export No Man's Sky, and you go back in to your save editor, back into your. You should really have left the JSON up. I got rid of it, but so remember we go persistent player bases, find the one that's the freighter base, and we're going to paste new one in. Okay, and close it. It will say, do you wish to apply those changes? You just say yes. Okay, I'm saying no, but you say yes, and then you save changes. All right, and go back in game, and you'll find that your old freighter is now the design of my freighter, my new freighter build, and it's as simple as that. Okay, I know it sounded a bit complicated, but actually, once you do it, you'll find it super easy. Hope that helps. See you later. Bye.